And then this just shows through the skull. And this shows how hollow the skull bone is. The skull bone, the skull casting is. Okay? What's the big deal about that? Nothing. Except when you go to use this in a sculpture, you can drill out the back. Okay? Insert your wires, or put some plaster on the inside, or you can even use epoxy if you like. Insert your wires, let it set, attach this to your armature, and you've got, you know, the beginnings of your sculpture that you can work on this. I'm just looking for another hobby file here. Okay, here's a good one. There's a good one right there. I'm just looking to perfect the shape a little bit, a little more. There's absolutely no reason to, but I like doing stuff like this. It's just because I can, you know. It's, oh, why is he doing that? Because he can. There we go. And you could really make it nice and smooth. You could take wet dry to this. You can go crazy as far as making a repair is concerned. All right, there we go. Not bad. Doesn't look, and the side that we completely rebuilt, again, not bad. It's solid. It gives a good shape, and it gives a more accurate structure for your clay to adhere to when you begin using this for a clay sculpture, which was the whole point, if you recall, that I even started creating this. I've got some wet stuff on my finger that's bringing that red marker to the surface and placing it on the bone, and I really don't want that. Oh well, not a big deal. Like I say, this is a tool for sculpture. This is the shape of a cat skull. I went ahead and made little teeth and things in it, and, you know, colored the teeth, the, you know, white, and the skull bone shade. So at any rate, ta-da! This is the result of making the mold. Like I say, this is a sound method of mold making for skulls. I would recommend a somewhat softer silicone for any future skulls that I care to mold, and there will be others. You know, there will be more. But this is the cat skull, the skull for the male African wildcat. This is his casting. It's about as good as it gets, you know. So let it be written. So let it be done. Not a bad little piece to become part of a sculptured armature. I give myself a round of applause. A round of applause. And that's that. For all of you wondering, hey, he didn't open a monkey skull. Well, cry jip, jip no longer. Here we go. Pull off the rubber bands. Put the first board aside, and let's pop this puppy. Nice. Very nice. That's a good clean casting on the bottom of the Vervet Monkey skull. Let's loosen him up from the mold. Pop him out. Here we go. One more. Boop. Very good. Very nice. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. I'm pleased. Alrighty. We could take the X-Acto knife, alright, and trim up some of the flashing, trim this away. Yeah, this is not too bad. This is not too bad at all. This came out super. Super duper. Little air pocket right here. It's in the mold itself, so that creates a little rise on the casting. Nothing that the hobby knife can't cut away. Let's clean up the interior of the eye sockets of the zygomatic area here. Alright. Well, another cut. I told you, I'm always cutting myself with these doggone knives. It happens. It happens. Happens all the time. I'll go along and trim this up. Make it all neat and pretty. Very nice. This is real nice. Get these little bumpers out of the eye sockets. Yeah, very nice. Now we can take the hobby file to it. One of the hobby files. This is kind of a double-edged spear type. Okay. Not really flat, sort of semi-rounded on both sides. I'll take this down and go over the entire surface. Knock off all these little rises, which are just little defects in the original mold. We can make a nice smooth appearing bone. Alright, like so. And this is nice. The teeth, the white teeth against the ivory colored bone came out real nice. And we'll use the hobby file to sand down the lines of the flashing of the seam. Okay. Just take this down and make it all neat and pretty. There we go. And the nice thing is, I went ahead and cast the lower mandibles of this fella here. And see how well these fit together here. There we are. There's a big old male Vervet Monkey skull. Complete top and bottom. Again, fairly hollow. You get a flashlight, shut off the video light, and point out There goes the video light. Point out the fact that the skull is pretty darn hollow. It's lit up. Lights up on the inside, which means this is hollow. Which means that this can be drilled out. The entrance to the brain cavity can be drilled out. You can use a Dremel motor tool. You can use an appropriate sized drill bit. Just drill that right out. But this is a pretty decent looking casting here. Doesn't look too bad at all. Let's turn the LED video light back on. There we go. Well, there is the Vervet Monkey skull, complete with a little bit of my blood, right there. I'll take that off. So we go over the surface with files and whatever else to take down, flashing, even it up, make it all pretty, the way I was working on the cat skull. But here we are. Here we are. The Vervet Monkey. Now the lower mandibles for the cat are being clayed up, and the mold for those will be made when I get a new batch of silicone in, and then I will have a complete cat skull with upper and lower, just like our little simian friend here. So until we meet again, this is old Dr. John in the weird lab saying toodaloo.